Yeah. Hello, welcome back. One more live. This is yes. Hello, everybody. How are you?
Hello, all is good.
Good.
Fine.
Alive and well, thank goodness. Alhamdulillah.
Great. This is Mukhtar from IH Cairo.
Hello, Mukhtar. Everything is
And
okay?
today,
How's everything?
oh, good. Thanks. And today we're having our CELTA graduates for May 2021 face-to-face course, the CELTA course, and it was with Miss Laura Woodward, and she's been as a teacher training for almost 25 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it was with Mr. Khalafat. He couldn't make it for today's session. And we'll let Miss Laura and the rest introduce themselves briefly. So let's start with you. Miss
Do you
Laura,
want me to start?
please.
Okay, good morning, me. Sorry. I think I'm still sleepy after CELTA. Yes, I'm Laura, and I am a teacher and a teacher trainer, but of course, always a teacher first. I've been teaching for about 34 years, and I suppose about 28 of those or 29 of those are teacher training. I'm obviously a CELTA tutor, and these are my victims or my survivors who are still smiling after
The most
4
recent
weeks.
ones.
Yes, the recent ones who have survived and are still smiling and cheerful, probably because they enjoyed their first guilt-free sleep for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
A new experience. So yes, of course, this is what a full-time CELTA is like, and I'm sure they can tell you all about it.
Perfect. Many thanks. Now over to you, Fatma.
Okay, I'm Fatma, 24 years old. I'm a quality assurance officer at NYU. It was my first time for the teaching experience itself, and I think that it was one of its kind, and I really did enjoy everything, every single detail happened there.
Hello, everyone.
It was worth this hectic journey was worth everything.
Perfect. Thanks. Now over to you, Suleiman.
Suleiman, 36 years old. I have been teaching English for about 12 years. I worked here in Egypt, and I moved to Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, and I'm still working there. Okay, and doing such courses beneficial for me and helped me a lot in my career, and I think it will help me. And we know that teaching is systematic process. Okay, we are going to travel. We are going to rid of the traditional ways of teaching and so on. And Miss Laura and Mohamed helped us a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you were lucky having both them. Thanks.
We really are
Over to you,
happy
Salah.
with them.
Hello.
Salah, if you can
First
hear
of all,
us.
thank you so
Yes.
much, Mukhtar, to let me join this.
More than welcome.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much to let me join this interview with you, and I'm so happy to be with you today. I'm Salahuddin Magdy. I'm 31 years old. I've been working as an English language teacher for about 7 years in Egypt and also in Saudi Arabia, just 1 year in Saudi Arabia. And it was such a great experience to be with you during this course. Yeah, it was short, but it was influential, and I can express my feelings, wallahi.
Yes.
Thank you.
We were lucky having you as well. Thanks.
Exactly.
Now over you, Mahmoud.
Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Nice being with you here. Thank you so much, Mukhtar, for giving me this chance talking to my dear and lovely friends and tutor, Laura. Hello, everyone. My name is Mahmoud Rabea. I'm 32 years old. I'm from Luxor. Okay. I've been teaching English for about 8 years now. Before working teaching, I worked in tourism, career, and infrastructure companies as administrator. But after teaching English, actually, I found my passion because I really like the language itself. And I tried hard to deliver the information to my students in a simple way, okay? Doing the CELTA, alhamdulillah, provided me with the tools and the procedures which made the process of learning an easier experience. I really, I would like to thank my dear tutors, Laura, Mohamed Khalaf, and my dear colleagues. They were so helpful, actually, and they made the course far more better. However, it was stressful, but alhamdulillah, being with those kind people made it so joyful.
Right.
Thank you, Mahmoud.
Thank you.
Thank
Most welcome,
you.
friends.
That's great. This is actually was one of the points we wanted to cover for today's live. And but first, let's go through the first one, which is I can see a mixture of teachers. Some of you had a long experience in teaching. Some of you have maybe recently joined teaching. And so, why, in other ways, you did the CELTA? Please go back to Fatima.
Okay, so I chose to start at CELTA because I thought that I have to be aware of the process itself. Teaching wasn't the same as after I knew about CELTA. There were so many stages that I didn't know before, and I had to gain more confidence and to be aware of other things that I knew already in CELTA. But I thought that when I have to start this career, I have to maintain and to be more confident and to be more aware with the things that I have to do to pursue this career in general.
Great.
Okay.
I think this is.
I didn't take any other course before CELTA. It was the first experience for me, and it was the first teaching experience for me in general. It was the first time to stand in front of intermediate level or elementary level. My first TP was so different than my last TP, and I noticed the progress, or I noticed the things that I have changed due to CELTA, because of CELTA.
I see.
I think that it was one of a kind experience, and I will always be grateful for this one. I will never regret it, and I can never mention it.
Yeah, so I've never met anyone who did his CELTA and it wasn't an ad for him.
What?
I've never met anyone who had his CELTA and they regretted. Yes, they always feel.
Yes.
Grateful for the opportunity to do it.
Yes.
Great. And if we go to Suleiman, so why did you do yourself? You've been teaching for a long time, abroad even.
Of course, CELTA is a beneficial course, as I told you before. It helped us it gave us another view about teaching. So we learned how to plan our lessons, learned how to teach different skills like receptive or productive skills, how to teach grammar or language lessons, or how to teach vocabulary. It planned our mind, or it made it easy for us to teach, to deal with teaching. Before that, we taught in a traditional way. We tried our best, but after the CELTA, I think we saw teaching in a different way.
Yes.
So it helped us a lot.
Great, perfect. Nice. Do you want to add something? Welcome back, Yes.
Sorry, the connection just suddenly disappeared. It's like, gone.
Yeah. No problem. Welcome having you back. We're just having the same question we've been talking about. It's like, why did you do CELTA so far? Yeah. Well, if so, yeah. I'd like you to start to tell us more about how did you find this group? Were they doing well? Were they what did you like the most about them? Was it an easy group for you? Did they have an experience so that was a help for you? How was your experience with them?
That's for.
This is for Mr. Wa.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question because of my connection. Can you repeat it for me, please?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
I was asking, how did you find the group, this lovely group? How was it? Was it an easy CELTA for you to handle with them? Or did they give you a lot of questions? Or what was it?
Well, they're here. I can't say anything bad about them now, can I?
Oh, okay, you might have another life for that.
No, I'm joking. They are a lovely group. So, every group is different, and every group is usually very, very nice. It's very rare that we get a difficult group. I'm very glad to say. They were very hardworking. Yes, sometimes they drove me mad with their questions, but that's my job, is to answer questions.
He's not here.
As long as they let me go to the bathroom. But, remember, it's our job to answer questions. I mean, people have paid a lot of money for this course, so we have to help people as much as we possibly can. But the most important thing is that everybody in the group works very, very hard. And there were some wonderful examples of teamwork, which I was really pleased to see. A lot of, support going on, where people helped each other out, especially when, technical problems arise, connecting the laptop to the projector. Sometimes the VGA cable slips out. And it's always stressful when you're trying to teach. But it was always nice to see somebody jumping up and going, no, it's okay, I'll help out. So, teamwork to me is actually very important as a teacher, because teaching skills are things that we can learn, but some people are not naturally good at teamwork. And that's very important when you're an employer, because you're looking for people who are easy to work with. And personally, if I'm hiring, I'm certainly, as I've always said, I've never been bothered about the grade anybody gets on a CELTA, as long as they pass, because I would like to be with people who are nice to work with. So we are very lucky that, this group were very, very easy to work with. They helped each other a lot, which is so important when you're doing a high-stress course. So, bless you all for being so helpful to each other, because that's when you really need friends at a time like this. And especially when you didn't know each other. Most of you didn't know each other before the course. Yes, a couple of you knew each other before, but for the most part, let's face it, none of you had ever worked together as a group of 10. So I think, absolute, I have a great deal of respect for people who work together so well when they don't know each other. Unfortunately, one of our other heroes couldn't be with us. I know not all of them could be here, because we had a lovely lady from Sudan who came all the way. She brought her 4 children. She never once complained about the hard work, and her youngest was only a few months old, or 1.5, and her oldest 11. So people like this are magnificent. They do the course, and they never ever complain about the workload, and yet they've already got a double workload because they've got 4 extra bodies to think about. So God bless her, because she was amazing. So but anybody who does the CELTA course and survives it should feel very proud of themselves, because they've done an amazing job of doing an incredible amount of work in only 4 weeks. They've lost a lot of sleep. Some people have lost a lot of weight. Sound familiar? And it's also a great sacrifice for families, for candidates who are married, because they've got children to worry about as well. And even if you're not married, you're living with your family, you're not talking to your family, you're just going, hello, eat and do my lesson plan. I'm not talking to you. So we should also thank our families at this time, because they have to put up with us being miserable and grumpy and busy, and
They were suffering as well.
I'm sure. Oh, definitely. Yes. So it's not just you, who's taking the course. It's your family is taking the course with you.
The stress haunted the whole house.
Exactly, because everybody's affected by it, aren't they?
Yes.
So well done, everybody.
Thank you. It all goes to you.
Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you so much.
Half and half. We help each other. So thank you.
Thank you.
And if it's online CELTA, that would be the course. The family, all of the family is taking the course with you.
Oh, definitely, yes, online.
Yeah.
Especially with children.
We live
running
with you
in-
more than our families.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Yes, I think we become the family, don't we?
Yes.
We all became each other's family.
Yes,
That's the
in a
thing
very
on the
short
phone.
time. We became.
Yes.
I think Ahmed Fathy has given a comment in here that he's admitting that he was the one who drove you mad. Is it
His nickname is
sometimes
one more question.
or always? He'll join us in a few seconds, so waiting for you, Ahmed. And okay, if we're talking about what was the most difficult moment and the most joyful moment during the course.
Okay. One of the most joyful moments, it was during my last TP8. I was so tired, I was so tensioned because it was my last TP and I wanted to do it good. And when I finished, I really received a very outstanding support from all of my colleagues and my tutor, my students, and all of this. And I felt that it was worth every tiredness or sleepless nights or everything I felt there. I thought that I didn't never felt tired after this, feel tired after this. But this was one of the most joyful moments, and I felt that it's a moment of pride for me that we aced it. We finally reached this point. And one of the most difficult moments when I was at TP3, I was stressed. I felt stressed, and I felt that I can't manage or handle my stress. But I just took for about 1 minute to gather myself again, and I already, alhamdulillah, Mr. Mohamed Khalaf also helped me in this. I did enjoy the rest of the trip.
Yeah, sure. Perfect.
In
Thanks.
spite of all the hard assignments that they have.
Yes, it is. It might be one of the difficult parts through the course,
Yes,
but
we
yeah,
weren't
with the
able
help
to
and
finish
support.
all of this. Just but alhamdulillah, we managed to do it until the end. Alhamdulillah.
Perfect. Good. Thanks. And how about the rest of the guys?
Actually, I had a very hard moment in this course. In my TB3, I prepared another lesson, my colleagues' lesson, and we realized, yes, this mistake 45 minutes before the TB. So I asked Mr. Mohamed, actually, he was so helpful. I asked him to talk to Laura about this mistake. Laura, I'm talking about preparing another lesson.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, they were so helpful and so kind. If they didn't treat to me like that, I would be in a very big trouble, because they supported me and gave me some ideas to work on my TP points, and I managed to prepare the lesson. And alhamdulillah, it was a very nice lesson. So it was just like a very hard moment and a very nice moment to me, because Laura gave me a very nice comment about working under stress and managing get out of this trouble
Amazing.
with benefits. Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
Yeah, the course was so stressful. However, I really enjoyed being there and working under pressure. Doing this course just give us a lesson of how to be organized, how to organize your material, how to be ready for everything that pops up on the spot.
Yes, true.
Exactly. Prepared for anything.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you for your help.
No, well done you. Because you had a horrible moment, and thankfully we realized in time that at the end of the day you
Alhamdulillah,
had to
yes.
prepare your lesson in a very short time. So yes, alhamdulillah, it went okay. So I think you should be very proud of yourself that you managed it. I think many
Yes.
teachers would have just run screaming and like, I can't do this.
Your
You were very
comments
calm about
actually, which made me proud of myself. Wallah, your comments and your help and your
Oh,
support.
Support.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Most
Thanks.
welcome.
And how about Salah and Suleiman?
For me,
Yeah,
the
for
most
me,
difficult moment
I
was
had hard moments.
Go on, Salah. Go on.
Yes, Suleiman. Yeah, it's yours.
Okay, no problem. For me, the most difficult moment for me was after we worked with Mr. Mohamed for 4TBs. I moved to work with Miss Laura, the fifth one, and the aim was grammar. That lesson, I thought about 4 main aims for that lesson, and I think, is it a past, simple, irregular? Is it there was, there were? I suffered a lot. I thought about 4 main aims for that lesson, till I met Laura, and she told me about the main lesson for that lesson. This was difficult for me.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm Summer. I don't know whether you can hear me well or not.
Yes.
Can
Yeah,
you
we hear you clearly. Everything's fine.
Yes. Well done. Ooh,
Okay.
that looks like a healthy option. Is that a McDonald's? Oh my God. Well, after CELTA, you should
They
be
are
as unhealthy as you
celebrating.
want.
Yeah, they are celebrating their
chilling out?
holiday. Yes.
Exactly.
And they deserve.
All the junk you can
She was giving excuses. I'm not really sure that I'll be with you on the live. And now I know the reason.
Is it Magdy? Hamburger.
Talking about you.
Yeah. Do you want to eat something? Yeah, I still have some.
Okay.
Okay, great. We were talking about the most difficult and enjoyable moment through the course. What was
Okay.
yours?
Do you want me to start? The most
Yeah,
difficult
please.
moment? I want to start with the most joyful one.
Okay.
All right. It was when we finished the course, and when we finished the first part of the course, actually, the elementary, when the students asked me to come and take pictures with them because they told me that they learned a lot from me, and that was definitely because of the feedback and stuff. So I worked on that, so they saw my progress. It was really nice. The most difficult one, before the TT started. Every time before the TT started, I was so.
I will complete the sentence. So stressed.
So nervous.
Okay, nervous.
Nervous, but then after that, everything was very smooth. Did I lose it?
Great. Perfect. Thanks. You've been. I think you've done a great job. Laura been saying that everyone has done a great job there. Wish you the best. Congratulations to you and to everyone. How about you, Salah?
I think we've got internet.
The most
I
difficult
think
moment
it's
for me.
transient problems. Oh, that's better.
Yeah,
I think.
Salah, are you still here? Yes.
Yes. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The most difficult moment for me was my TP8. Honestly, I've never felt like this before, and I think that Laura could realize this. And she told me I had to talk to you. She talked to me inside the classroom, and she told me there is nothing to be worried about. Everything is okay, and your TP was good, and all your TPs, me and my friends. And you can't imagine how I felt at this moment. It was great, and yeah. And Laura, I think in my TP4, my most joyful moment when I played the role of the ghost, and it was Laura's
TP5.
idea.
That's TP5.
Yes, well done.
Of the students, they laugh a lot. Yeah.
Yes.
TV5, yeah, TV5.
TP5.
Yes.
It was a great
Keep
idea.
on doing
Yeah,
it.
they laughed a lot, and it was a great, yeah.
And I turned off the light.
Your advice, wallahi, everything will be okay. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Suleiman,
Well, it's being brave enough to do it.
Suleiman,
That's the important thing.
helped me during this TP.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you
Great,
so much.
perfect. I can tell that they've shared with you the moment of each one. You guys shared everything together.
Yes.
Difficult, hard moments, and enjoyable.
This made the bond got
enjoyable.
more strength.
Yes, exactly.
I think when something is really as intensive as the course, so the true personality comes out and how helpful everybody is.
Yes.
And actually, Mukhtar, I'm sorry for interruption, but not just my colleagues who are doing the course, but actually the people worked in international house. They were so helpful and supportive. Actually, when there was a problem with a printer, they managed to take the files on a flash memory and printed everything for us. And they tried to tell us everything is going to be okay. Don't worry about anything.
Make us less
stressed.
Yes.
I would like to thank them.
Yes, all of them. All of them.
Whoever needs help, we can find
They're
them.
amazing.
Me too. I want to share the thanking with you to them. I would like to thank them again because
they are perfect team and dream team as well.
From the gate to CELTA room, I want to thank all of them.
Great. Good to hear that. Yeah, because I even have the same thing when I have a class and there is a problem. They usually offer help to fix whatever problem.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. I think Ahmed is.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, Mr. Question.
Troubles came. Yeah.
Looking from Alex.
These are questions.
Well, he had a haircut. Oh yeah, he's had a haircut.
You should have made the your background. Ahmed. You should have made the your background.
But please don't tell me to show the phonological feature of the sentence.
And the information. Don't forget to stress.
Great. Welcome back, Ahmed. And that was a bit late, but I think you've never been late for a TB, hopefully.
I had some network problems, so let me check. Just a second.
We can hear you well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it seems like he can't hear us.
Oops. He's run away.
They disappeared.
Okay. Anyway.
Hi and bye.
Yeah. Like that was so quick. Perfect.
The joys of online conferences.
Yes.
Anticipated problems and solutions.
Yes.
Hi again.
Can hear you, Ahmed. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's fine.
Perfect. Congrats, Ahmed, for completing the course. And I'd like to ask you about what was the motive.
But let me just declare something.
Yes.
I haven't completed the portfolio yet regarding the observation thing.
Oh, it's okay. I'll kill you later.
You are announcing this on air.
Unofficially, I'm not a CELTA holder yet, so.
I'm just
well, nobody is until.
Hurry up.
I'm just waiting for assignment 4 to complete.
Don't worry about that, Ahmed. Nobody is CELTA certified officially until the certificates arrive anyway.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, everybody has graduated, but in Cambridge eyes, until you're holding that.
I delayed the celebration, Laura. I haven't celebrated yet.
Oh, but still, because you know that everybody's fine. I mean,
I'm not certified yet. I know
unlikely that Cambridge will change anything, but I know what you mean. Still, the most important thing is you've done the CELTA and survived it. It's like, yes.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
I'll nag you, don't worry.
Good. And Ahmed, I wanted to ask you, why did you do the CELTAs? Like, what was the motive? Did you do it for a certain job, or was it a requirement when you're trying to get promoted or have a certain job or whatever?
Okay, look, at the very beginning, like any institution or any reputable place just need the CELTA. Even if it's the school, I know that the CELTA is just for the adults, but when it comes for the school, most of the schools now require the CELTA.
What kind of schools? Just like international schools, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. So even in the first session, I told Laura about this, and she told me that we can adapt the techniques that we're going to learn in the CELTA. We can adapt it for the schools thing. And actually, yes, and I tried it yesterday with some of my students, and some of the techniques worked perfectly.
Perfect. That's good news. So you mean that
Yay.
even CELTA is fine to be required, or it is required for to join the schools?
Yeah, of course.
The potable one. So
For more advanced techniques also.
And especially when you'd like to work abroad, Mukhtar, you know, that work in another country, they require CELTA to be provided in your resume to get that position. So now because you know CELTA is well recognized all over the world, and now they require it.
Especially in
yes.
Qatar and Emirates, I think.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
Saudi Arabia also.
Mhm.
Perfect. Good. Yes. Salah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm talking about in general. Being as you can't. No one can be. I think no one can be a teacher. So if you are a teacher, I think you have to develop and you have to improve yourself. And
Yeah.
the CELTA is not, of course, is not everything, but it provides you not only with it opens door for you to work abroad and also in here in Egypt, but also it provides you with knowledge sources to know where should you go. It's like a compass. It shows you the right
Yes.
direction. Many
Right.
teachers wants to develop themselves, but they don't know how to start. CELTA is the perfect start for them, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. And
It
what would you add?
facilitates the,
Yes, Fatima.
it facilitates the whole process to us. يعني, it paved for us the way to start a new beginning. يعني, feeling confident about ourselves and about this experience.
Sure.
Actually, Mukhtar, I told Laura and Khalaf, um, if I started the day I ended the course, it would be a great change, you know, because getting out the center, I have learned a lot. I've learned how to plan my lesson and how to follow the steps of,
Stage.
yeah, the stages of a good lesson. Do you know, doing the CELTA
Yeah.
has widened my mind for new perspectives of teaching, and it made it crystal clear, as Laura always say. Okay, so it made like you can start here to scaffold for the next task to end up with the productive task where the student can speak and produce the language accurately and fluently. So Laura always said that word, make it simplify your steps and procedures and your instructions, and she always used that term, which is crystal clear. I really like that term because doing CELTA made everything just like looking to a whole. You know the steps and the procedures and the
Mhm.
whole thing. But before doing CELTA, it was just like vague. You don't know
Yes.
how to
Yes.
start, how to scaffold, how to develop. But alhamdulillah, now everything is
It
okay.
broadened our
Alhamdulillah.
horizons.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. Nice. And uh, I think there is usually after you've done your CELTA, maybe it's like, yeah, you take a
Yeah.
break. It differs how long it is from one to another. But therefore, or the next step is what for yours? What's your next step?
I think it's the beginning of the journey, okay, not the end. It's the beginning of self-development or developing about teaching, not the end. It's
Okay.
opens our mind to the good teaching or the systematic teaching.
Yeah.
So are you referring to that you will continue developing your
Yes,
skills
Yes.
and
it's
There are
still
just
a
doing?
lot of
just a
things that you
start
have
for
to
that.
work on.
Yeah. Of
Uh-huh.
course, Mukhtar,
Yes.
we have. I'm sorry, Suleiman, for interruption. Carry on, Suleiman. Go on.
Go on.
Okay. Actually, I would
Sure.
like to say that we have to look for a place to find a place that allows us to work according to CELTA procedures and criteria, you know,
Yes. I
because
would agree
practice
with
makes
that.
perfect.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. Yes.
If we stayed in the same place working the
Yeah.
old way, okay, and old style, old teaching style, we will be there. We will stuck in this
Yes, because
type
you
of
need
We have
teaching.
to
to
start all over again.
um, Yeah, you need long time to apply what you've learned.
We need another place to apply those things which we have learned,
Yeah, the CELTA is
and to
your bridge
provide
from being a traditional teacher
observation
to be a
and
professional
feedback.
one.
Yes.
Yes.
Well done.
Well, it's not only about the place. It's about the supervisors who are going to allow you to do this in class. Yeah, I mean, no one is going to allow maybe like gallery walk inside your class because they think that your class is in a chaotic state.
And
So you need a person who already had the CELTA of the Delta to understand or to realize how important or valuable the procedure or this step is. And I know that this live is majorly for the people or for the next candidates who want to apply for the CELTA. So let me tell you a kind of thing that I believed and I'm still believing in. Just they have to see the CELTA not. Okay, I'm not the person who gives advice, of course, Laura.
Okay, like,
okay,
are you trying to say like, look who's talking? This is what
okay, but like you have to consider the CELTA as a journey that you're going to embark on, and you need to savor every second in teaching, like in learning and in teaching, because like most of the candidates say that we had very stressful moments, very stressful weeks. But if you consider these weeks as a journey or as moments that are going to, or that these moments are going to be unforgettable one day. So just you have to enjoy the moment, live it up. Okay,
Yes.
this is the point. Okay, I always like I draw a smile on my face. Maybe like I was burning inside me, like to finish my TPs, my preparation, my assignments, my resubmissions.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really enjoyed every single moment. I kept learning from you, Laura, from Mr. Khalaf, like even from my own colleagues during the TPs.
It's the fact that we will miss the course, the tutors, and everyone there. Yes,
and of course me.
Of course, my dear friend. Of course.
But I think a very good point about what happens after the course, because there will be some techniques or activities that we did on the CELTA that may or may not work when you're teaching at a school, or you may or may not be allowed. So it's my piece of advice for that, because I also learned the hard way when I started teaching kids after doing CELTA, because I sort of was thrown into a kids class. Whenever you're sort of doing something different from what the children are used to, then you have to go very slowly. So maybe in a month or two you might be able to do a gallery walk if the institution allows it, or you have to sort of go in very slowly and do maybe a vocab game or role play or something until the kids get used to the fact that they are allowed to do things that are not just writing in course books or filling in gaps or multiple choice and things like this. And if you're going to do a gallery walk in a classroom with children, you've got to organize the whole thing very differently, because it's not like saying to adults, okay, just walk around, look at the pictures and match them or ask each other questions. Because if you're teaching a bunch of 10 or 11-year-olds, they'll kill each other on the way. So you have to set up your class differently. If you're doing something like this with kids, then you'd have to have, 3 pictures in one corner, 3 pictures in another corner, 3 pictures in another corner, 3 pictures in another corner, and don't let all the children go to the same place. They say some here, some here, some here, some here, because what you can't have is like 30 or 40 kids all crowding around the same area, because it'll be absolute chaos, not to mention the noise, and it'll probably bring the head, the principal, whatever, come running and go, what on earth are you doing? You're a terrible teacher, shame on you. So yes, some things, it's always about the institution you work at and what kind of teaching your students are used to. It'll be the same with some young teenagers. If they've been used to very, very authoritarian teacher-led lessons, and you go jumping in and going, yeah, we're going to do pair work and group work and mingles, then you'll probably have an absolute, rebellion on your hands. So you have to go into these things very slowly. And, first you've got to get them used to pair work or group work. And then over time, you can start doing things like mingles and so on. So you always have to adapt to your classroom, your institution, the country that you're working in. There's a whole host of, what can I say, possibilities, circumstances that will be different from a CELTA. Because as we know, getting adults to work is for the most part very easy. We don't have to, be so strict with them because they choose to come to class. Children are different. They don't choose to come to class. They have to come to school because the parents paid loads of money for them to go to school. And even if the parents didn't pay loads of money for them to go to school, kids have to go to school. That's the law all over the world. So obviously motivation is different. Children can be very, very motivated, but if they're not used to the centered teaching environments in the beginning, they will be very, very naughty. All right. So we can't just go jumping in with pair work on the first day. We have to teach children how to
easily, step by step.
Yeah. It's learner training.
Yes. I think that would even be suitable for the kids if he's teaching kids, so they can adapt it to the situation gradually.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. Good. Absolutely. And if we're gonna say why, after you made up your mind and you're gonna do your CELTA, why did you do it with IH Cairo? This is for sure number one because we got Laura and Ahmed Fathy. So this is number one. Yeah, let's start with number two.
Okay, for me, actually,
yes.
I have heard a lot about the International House, but I knew that it has some branches in different countries, and this is the first branch to be opened in Egypt. I joined something like a room or a group on Facebook. It's called CELTA holders, must be CELTA certified. Okay. And there we're so...
We'll talk to the admin to the group.
Yeah, I will. Okay. Actually, I saw Laura give talks about procedures, about strategies and everything. And, I talked to Suleiman, he's my friend, and we just discussed the matter together. We knew Mohamed when he was working in Future University.
And I heard about Laura before that.
Of course, yes. Years ago, actually. I know her, and I really respect her. She's the best tutor ever. And it's my pleasure, wallahi, working under her supervision. It's my pleasure. And it's not just related to teaching and CELTA. She's a very nice character, even out of CELTA. You like to deal and treat with her.
Your spirit.
Perfect.
Alhamdulillah, it was the best choice, and it was a very nice choice. I'm so happy taking the CELTA or doing the CELTA in that center. I was so
and especially
lucky.
At this month.
Exactly.
We will never be able to have all these colleagues if there was in any other month.
Another batch, for example. Yes.
Okay, great. And yes, Ahmed.
Yeah.
Why IHK? You've been traveling from Alexandria.
Yeah.
Cairo. Why?
So let me tell you, like now I can see the sea from here. Like maybe by the end of the session, I'm gonna show you the view from here.
And me too. I'm gonna show you the Nile. It's so close to here as well.
Okay, you talk about the choice of IH.
Yes.
Actually, look, like one of my friends took the CELTA last Feb.
Yes.
Like 3 months ago, and he told me that that what's very important in this place, like IH Cairo, is the friendly atmosphere. He's not only talking about the tutors; he was also talking about like the receptionist, every single person who's working there. even Mrs. Ra, the manager, every single person is really friendly and is going to help me to the last thing that he or she can do. So that's why it was one of the reasons that made me very excited and passionate to join this place in particular. What else? What was the next question? What was the other question? I don't remember.
I think that was the only.
Okay, that's nice. So I'm done. so I can answer.
Yeah, good job.
Good job.
But I need to continue your portfolio.
You're not the only one, don't worry.
Okay, so that'll be free. Okay, good. How about you, Salah?
For me, when I started thinking about taking this course, I had no friends who had this course before. I knew that there is no difference between all the centers, but honestly, I don't exaggerate. Wallahi, when I knew that Laura and Mr. Mohammed will be there, I decided at once to be or to take the course with them at IH Cairo. You know that it was amazing. Yeah.
Great, perfect, good. Suleiman, you want to add something?
Thank you so much.
Plus number one, CELTA and Mohamed Khalaf. The IH Cairo, I think it's a reputed center. It's known all over the world. It has many branches all over the world. I think it's number one or number two after British Council. I think they are the ones who invented the CELTA, I think. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, it was IH owner, I think.
I think
Yes.
IH.
Yes.
For that, it's a reputed center, and I like to do that course with them. And number one, we said Laura. And
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This is the top of the list.
Wallahi.
I'm thinking doing the CELTA one more time because of Laura. Wallahi.
We'll talk to you again. It takes more money from you.
Yeah, it's a very, very hard and very difficult experience, you know, but it can be easy when you deal with such kind people like them, wallahi. And here, I'm talking about my dear tutors. I really loved them.
Helpful.
This is really shown from your talk over behind the screens, and that made Jihan wanted to join us. She wished she could join us, join you guys through this course.
Well,
and you're welcome anyway, Jihan, to come by and join any other courses. We'll make sure that they come for the other courses.
That's true. There'll be other courses coming up.
And we always have Miss Laura and Mr. Khalaf. And anyway, our doors are open to visit anytime. Great.
Definitely.
Well. I think we've come to an end for today's live. Congratulations. I'd like to congratulate all of you. People who are here.
Thank you so much, Mukhtar.
Yeah,
we did it.
We did it.
Very, very well. Survived.
Yes.
You forgot the most important reason for doing your CELTA at IH, and that was dancing in the garden. In Cairo, you get to dance in the garden at the end of your CELTA course.
And we have the video.
Listening to shabby music, yes, very important.
Exactly.
Yes, they do have video evidence, so I cannot deny that I also joined in. There's good blackmail material.
It was a very nice day, actually. The last day we celebrated, there were cakes and, you know, we enjoyed ourselves. It was a very nice day.
Yes, we must say thank you to Esra, because she's our assistant director, and she always provides a cake at the end of every CELTA. She's determined that we will put on weight after every course. So there's always an amazing, you know, really gorgeous.
Thank you, Esra. Thank you.
Cake. So yes. So absolutely.
Even
you have a problem with your mic, Mukhtar. You have a problem with your mic.
I met Mukhtar first time, I think, in my TB, my third TB, and I talked to him. He was so helpful, wallahi, and supportive. You know,
Thanks, man. You've been doing all of it.
He's a very nice person, wallahi.
I
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much,
I
Mukhtar.
liked him.
Everything. Thank
And I
you.
was
The
lucky to
IH
observe
family.
him.
Sorry?
I was lucky to observe you.
Oh,
Yes,
man, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. It was really good having three of you through this class. Thank you.
Yes,
We're going to
you all became part
start
of the
our
IH
exhibition with
Cairo
you.
family.
We're also happy.
Weighty, yes, sure, perfect. And
I hope one day we meet again, inshallah. All of us.
yes, man, I'll be waiting. All of you. You might after a year from now, so celebrating the anniversary of doing your CELTA. That would be great to have you again face to
No,
face.
so before 1 year, I will come to see you one more time. You know, before I travel,
Waiting.
I will come. I have to
Yeah.
to visit you,
Very nice.
inshallah.
Waiting, man. Great. And as for Jihan, who's planning to do her Delta, waiting for you, Jihan, as well.
Oh,
And yes.
right. Somebody who's
Perfect.
ready to suffer even more.
Yeah. Great.
Self-suffering
And
wasn't enough.
yes, like go to the next step.
Yeah.
Great.
Indeed, yes.
What my personal experience after doing CELTA, I've known that I know very little. I need to know more and more. So I kept reading, and I've been even asking you, Laura, and consulting you whether when should I take my CELTA, what should I read for the next thing, and so on. So yes, it was like a flash popped up in front of us, through the next
Well, it's the beginning of the
professional
journey,
development.
isn't it?
It is.
Well,
It
CELTA
is.
is the first step, and it's not the end of your teaching development. It's the beginning of your next teaching journey. It was step one,
Yeah.
and then it continues. You know, because as Mahmoud has said, you know, it's now you've got all these different ways of teaching, the different frameworks. I remember Suleiman saying the same thing. So now you've got, you know, a general overview of certain techniques. Then you can start developing your own teaching practice with them in your own classes. But also you can, as you become more confident, you can start mixing and matching and things like this. So you know that there isn't one way to do things, that, you know, there are varieties of ways. So finishing a CELTA is never the end, it's the beginning of a very long teaching journey, inshallah.
Yes. Well, many thanks for you joining this live, and grateful to know you. Many thanks, and see you again.
Yes,
Inshallah.
great
Thank
to
you
see you
so
all
much,
again.
Mukhtar.
Self
Thank you.
survivors.
Many
Thanks,
thanks. Bye. See you.
Goodbye. Have a nice
Yeah,
time.
see you, take care.
Goodbye.
Thank you, my dear friend.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Laura.
Thanks,
Mukhtar.
Bye. Thank
No more
you.
assignments.
Coming soon to an email box near you.
Great.
Take care.
Run.
With cake.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.